Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hardcore Minecraft series. In the last episode, we started working on my starter house, and there's a bee floating above my house. Okay. Alright, well, you may notice it looks a little bit different. So I spent some time off camera working it out, detailing, finishing it up basically. I didn't want to do that on camera because it really was a lot of trial and error, and me just placing a bunch of stuff and then breaking a bunch of stuff. Um, and it was kind of boring, not gonna lie. Also, you'll notice we now have full diamond and a full set of diamond tools waiting for us. Actually, I don't need the iron sword, but I'm waiting till these break. Um, like I said, I think I mentioned this last time. I have been doing my mining off camera. And I say mining. When I say mining, I don't mean caving. I will do caving on camera just because I think that's more fun to watch. But when it comes to mining, I really like to do strip mining because it's the quickest way to find diamonds. And my goal right now is to just be as protected as possible. And I feel like strip mining is pretty boring. So I did that off camera. However, if you guys disagree and you want to see it, please feel free to just let me know. I'd be more than happy to. I just figured that nobody wants to watch me strip mine for an hour. So yeah, let me give you guys a tour. Oh, before I do that, you may notice the textures look a little interesting. I'm actually using a texture pack today. I just wanted to try it out. I saw it online. It looked pretty cool. It's called the Stay True. It looks like it's incompatible because technically the version is 1.21.5, but it's been working fine for me. So this is the texture pack I'm using. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to try it, but I don't know. I think it looks nice. So I wanted to try it out for an episode. Let me know what you guys think. Or if you have any other suggestions for nice texture packs, I'd like to try them out because I don't normally play with them. Okay, so I started a little path here. It's still kind of a work in progress. I don't know how I feel about this design yet, but we've got a little bit of path blocks with some coarse dirt lining, and we've got some cherry blossom petals kind of going along it. We're at the house now, and you'll notice I replaced this spruce here with birch. I wanted to add a little bit more color to it because it was very much just brown and pink everywhere. So not only did I do that, but I also added these planters in on the sides using birch as well, which I'm really happy with. And I made the shutters for the windows birch. It just like, I don't know, it gives it a nice little pop of color. At least a different color than what we had going on. So then if we go inside, you'll see, welcome to my humble abode. I've got my little bed area here, nice and cozy. Got some flower pots and some planters. Lots of storage space going on here. Got lanterns. Up here we've got furnaces, and I have this lodestone. So I never have used a lodestone before, but I figured why not? It's a feature in the game that I've never used, so I wanted to try it. So we now have this lodestone compass that will always take us back to our house, which is nice, and I think it looks nice up there. And then over here we've got some storage. I've got a little brewing stand here that I think I took from the village. And this is my storage right now. You'll notice I'm not using chests. And kind of the same with the lodestone. I feel like I never use barrels. And so I wanted to just do that. I do need to find a good way to label these, probably item frames. But for now, that's what we've got. And let me sleep real quick before I walk out that door and show you what's out there. Because I actually really like this. So we had this really nice view out here, and so I wanted to put a little balcony. So yeah, I added this little balcony. We could see over the mountain. Let me go into free cam for a second, just so you guys can see from what it looks like from out here. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far, and honestly, I'm really happy with it as well. You also notice I've been like mixing up these lanterns. Some of these are waxed, like this one, and some are not, because I liked how both the blue and the orange looked. So we've got that going on. And we've got an armor stand. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for what I've done. You're basically caught up. Now my goal for today, now that we have diamond stuff, the next step is to begin enchanting, right? And we need a couple of things before we can do that. One, we need bookshelves. And as you can see, I have the most pitiful sugarcane farm. Honestly, calling this a farm is being generous, but we've got only 2 planted, and we also don't even have a source of leather right now. So that's the first step that we need to take. So I think for today's video, I'm going to work on building a quick and easy automatic sugarcane farm. And then I don't know if I'll get to it in today's episode or not, but I want to build a barn to house the cows. I don't know if I'll get to building the entire barn today, but I think at least by the end of the episode, I want to have made a little temporary fenced area to start rounding up cows, so that by the next time we can build the barn and we'll already have the cows here. But today's focus is going to be the sugarcane farm. I have a really simple design in mind for the actual farm itself, and as for the building that will surround the farm, I have no idea. So we'll kind of make that up as we go. I'm really liking this texture pack. I don't know. I like the harsher corners. Like, there's something really nice about this, and the variations. Like, this firefly bush is blue. Also, all of the flowers are have different variations too. It's kind of hard to tell because I only have Lily of the Valley planted out here. But yeah. So I need. What do I need? I think I want to collect a bunch more wood. So I'm going to go into the forest out there and collect some wood. Yeah. You'll also notice that this interior is pretty small, and it doesn't house a lot of the things that, you know, most starter bases would have. And essentially all that house really is right now is just a bed and some storage, right? And there is a reason for that. And me personally, this is the way that I just play the game. I like to, I don't know. I'm not against the idea of mega builds and mega bases. I think maybe potentially in the future, it would be nice to have some form of mega base, at least just as a central point of storage or operation. Oh, this is really pretty. Wow. I really like the orange leaves. Anyway. Yeah, I think maybe down the line that could be a good idea, but I really, when I'm playing modern Minecraft, I tend to build smaller, and I try not to cram a bunch of things into one build. And the reason for that is because that acts as an incentive to continue to make more builds. So I really like to prioritize world building. I think, to me, it's really cool whenever a world or an area starts to grow naturally with buildings and other things, just because, you know, every single building has a specific purpose. Because there's a lot of things you could do, and you could theoretically right out the gate build just a giant base that has enough room to have all the things you need, like a sugarcane farm, or, you know, like a super smelter, or an enchanting setup, or, you know, things like that. But if you think smaller and you don't do that, and let's just, like, in my case, what? Oh, right. Okay. I harvested these leaves earlier and I forgot about it. Let's cut this down. Whoops. But yeah, in my case, that house that I built, really, its main focus, or I guess purpose, is, well, number one, for me to be able to sleep and hide from monsters, and two, to be a first little set of storage. So then that way, whenever I start needing things, when I need an enchanting setup, I'll be able to build another building for it. And same with the sugarcane farm that we're doing. And maybe in the future, like a brewing setup, or an armory, or, you know, just things like that. This is a really pretty area. Like, I've been over here chopping wood a bit, but like, wow. Hold on, let's go into free cam for a second. Wow, wait. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really pretty. Giant cave. Wow. Whoa, look at this. This seed is really nice. I can't believe this was just a random seed. Whenever I was starting this series, I did research a little bit and thought about potentially doing a set seed, you know, because my thought process was like, if I'm gonna be in a world for a while, it'd be nice to like know that I'm gonna have a pretty seed that I will like and will help with my building. But ultimately I decided against it because I do enjoy the exploration part of Minecraft a lot still. So let's wax, or no, let's not wax it, let's shear it. I'm always scared I'm gonna like accidentally like make these bees mad at me and then they're just gonna kill me. I hope not. Okay. I'm gonna continue to gather the resources that I need. And once I'm done with that, we're gonna get started on building the actual sugarcane farm itself, and then figuring out what the design of the building is gonna be. So yeah, I'm just gonna collect some resources. Okay, so I forgot that for the sugarcane farm, I'm gonna need observers, which needs nether quartz. So I kind of have to go to the nether, which is a little scary. So I'm making myself some boots, some gold boots, so I don't get jumped by piglins. And I've gathered up some obsidian here to make another portal. I'm a little nervous about this, I can't lie. Hey sheep. Yeah, I completely forgot that like I would have to do this. So let's go ahead and put another portal in here, I guess. We'll just do it. Let me break this torch. We'll do it right in here. So boom, boom. Get rid of that torch. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Let me let me bring some blocks with me in case I need to bridge. I have a shield, a backup shield. I have all my stuff. Golden apple. I have instant health if I need it. Food. Okay. Let's just do it. I'm hoping for a good spawn. Come on. Okay. Alright. This is decent. Let's get a screenshot of the cords real quick. Is there anything? What's back here? Okay. Oh, and perfect. There's some nether quartz right here. Okay. That's actually beautiful. We don't have to be in here very long, I guess. I was really planning on saving going to the nether for its own thing and adventuring, but you know what? It all works out because we've got nether quartz right here, and this honestly should be plenty. So we can just immediately go back. I don't want to break that. But you know what? While I'm here, let's just kind of scout out the area. Okay, this isn't horrible. What am I looking at right there? Those are logs. Okay. You know what? This isn't a horrible spawn. But let's just go home. Okay, we're home. I'll put this stuff back. Throw that in there. Okay. Yeah, so we needed the quartz for the observers. I keep forgetting what they're called. Because we're gonna need the observers for the sugarcane farm, because that's what activates the pistons to let them know to break the, what's it called? Sugarcane. All right, so we need redstone, cobblestone. Good thing I have a ton of redstone. I have a decent amount of iron. Let's grab some cobblestone. And what do I need to make pistons? Right, okay. So just iron and okay, so it's like the same thing, but with iron instead. Perfect. Okay, so I'm thinking let's make... Nope. No, not that. We'll do 8. Why not? Let's do 8. So we need pistons, and then we need observers. 8 observers. Okay. And then we're gonna need to put that away. And put that away. And we don't need this much redstone. That and there, that and there. Oh, wait. That's... Huh. That's an interesting texture. Kind of like it. Okay, I'm getting distracted. What else? So I also need mud. Do I have any regular mud left over? I don't think I do. Okay, so we're gonna have to get 8 pieces of dirt. And we're gonna have to turn them all into pieces of mud. And let me grab some building blocks here. We'll use cobblestone. And okay. So let's get the mud. I have some glass bottles over in my chests over here, which is what I used to get all that mud. And we can use that to... Yep, that's what I'm saying. We can use that to turn the... What's it called? Dirt into mud. I am, like, completely losing my words. I don't know why. This is my station. Oh, okay, well, my inventory's full. Nope. Okay, well, hello? What? Okay. We're... Okay. No, it's fine. Oh, you know what? Sure. And... Yep. Okay. We don't need these anymore. We can put these away. Back in there, then we'll get this mud. Cool. Okay, so now the only thing we need is... hoppers. Shoot. I forgot we need hoppers. We need a lot of iron for that. This was not my plan. I completely forgot. I forgot how kind of expensive it is to make this, because we don't have a lot of iron left. Okay, so no, we have 5 iron, and to even make 1 hopper, we need... I don't even know, because it takes 3... It takes... Wait, hold on. How much is a hopper? 5 iron for 1 hopper. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot of iron. Now, I could just go ahead and make an iron farm, but that's going to take a lot of time itself to get done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go mining and collect some iron. And, ooh, I want to watch the sunset on my balcony. I haven't done that yet. Isn't this nice? Look down there. I wish I had Optifine Zoom. I'm playing on a Fabric. I think there's a zoom mod. I just haven't downloaded it yet. You can watch the sun go down. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some iron mining. That's okay. And then once I have the iron and I have the hoppers, then we can actually build the sugarcane farm. So let me go do that real quick, and I'll update you guys if anything interesting happens. Otherwise, you'll see me when I have the iron. It's a really nice sunset. Okay, I was gonna do this off camera, but I just dug into this really massive cave And I've been kind of afraid to go in the caves, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? I'm feeling kind of adventurous. I see iron. I literally just started strip mining. But I see iron, and you know what? I think I've got full diamond armor. I've got diamond tools. I think I can afford to start going into caves. I'm gonna bring this down here just in case, but let's just let's be a little bit adventurous. I can't keep playing hard. I mean, it's hardcore. Like you gotta, you gotta like adventure a little bit, right? This is a massive cave. What I'm worried about is a creeper just dropping on me, but I don't see anything. I don't see any creepers. So let's just kind of carefully bridge over here. That bat is going to be the death of me, I swear. Okay. Gonna have to dig a little bit. I'm so nervous. I don't know. I have a feeling the more that I play hardcore, the more I'll get used to it and become a little more careless, which, isn't always a good thing. But I don't know, I'm scared. I don't want to I don't want to die immediately after starting the series. That would be unfortunate. Sorry, I was adjusting my headphones. There's some coal there. Nice. Okay, well, let's get up to this iron. This is some interesting music. I don't know if I've heard this track before. I'm not really used to the wow, is that really it? Okay. What was I saying? I'm not really used to the modern Minecraft soundtrack. I don't know. I'm such a sucker for like the OG. I mean, I feel like most people are. So it's like weird to hear it. But I'm not gonna hate on it. I know a lot of people can be quick to jump on the hate wagon just because it's not. You know what? I should keep my water bucket on me. Just because it's not like, it's not C418. It's not the classic. It's not what everyone's used to. And I think that there is some like element to it of I don't know how to word this. It sometimes it does feel a little bit like it's trying too hard to emulate the style of the classic Minecraft tracks, but I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't heard a majority of these tracks because I honestly usually just play with music off in the newer versions. And there's not even really a specific reason for that. Honestly, it's just because sometimes I'm playing and then I'll just get like jump scared by a sudden track starting. But I don't know. The ones that I've heard, I don't totally hate, I think it's really easy to get blinded by nostalgia. I'm hearing skeletons, so I kind of need to lock in for a second. Okay. Whoa. Oh, there you are. Yep. Easy. Okay. No, you guys don't gotta do that. No, I promise you don't need to. Okay. There's so many of you, why? Oh, but there's iron. Let me light up a bit of this. I'm also running low on torches, so I should probably grab coal while I'm here too. Light that up. I'm honestly like not worried about most mobs when it comes to playing hardcore Minecraft. The only thing that scares me right now, while I don't have enchants and I don't have any totems, is creepers, man. Because like most mobs you encounter, like you encounter a skeleton or a spider or a zombie, yeah, they can get a jump on you. They can do some damage to you. But you have time to like react and recover and deal with it, right? A creeper could sneak up on you and you wouldn't even know, and it could blow up and your whole run is over. And I know like the shields like absorb all of the impact, but if it sneaks up behind you and you aren't ready, it'll get you. It's very scary. So until I have blast protection or Totems of Undying, I'm really worried about that. Especially in caves like this, because they can spawn right up there and just drop in, and your run would be over before you even know it. Let's grab this iron. I'm really a big fan of this texture pack so far. You guys can let me know what you think, but I'm really liking how it looks. There's some interesting textures. It might take some getting used to if I continue to use it. Like the diorite texture is a little interesting. I think I noticed that the granite texture and the diorite texture look to me like they're just retextures of the cobblestone. But the color has been changed, which I honestly, I don't totally hate. I mean, I know like it's kind of nice when they all have unique textures, but I don't know. I definitely am a fan of the granite texture. I think. I don't know. That my opinion might change. We'll see, but I don't know. I might try out some other resource packs throughout this series. Like I said before, I don't normally play with resource packs, except for like, I occasionally will use ones that kind of just not necessarily change textures of the game, but just like amplify them, make them look nicer, like things that make the leaves look nicer or the grass or, I mean, I'm using, I have continuity installed, so we have, this resource pack that comes with it, but you can see like, sometimes I use these, which just make the leaves and the crops look nicer. I also have some beta texture packs installed because I was kind of messing with them. And the Golden Days base one is really nice, and I really like what they're trying to do. However, I think personally, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, obviously, I like that they changed, the textures that have been around for a while. They changed them back to their beta textures, which is nice. But my problem comes my problem is when it comes to newer textures. I'm not the biggest fan of how they have retextured some things. And I know that's kind of a difficult thing to do because, once you get past the textures that have already existed and had beta textures, you have to really take creative liberty on it, which can be hard. And I definitely, like, this is no diss towards the creators of the resource pack. I really, it's a hard thing to do, to kind of bring your own ideas to it into a style that's so iconic. But me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But oh god, that's deep dark over there. Is there an ancient city? Huh. Are those diamonds? Oh, it's below me too. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, I think those are okay. There's some diamonds here, but I'm kind of nervous because I see there's skulk sensors down there. So I definitely don't want to go down there. Okay. let me let you guys in on a little secret. Obviously I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. Over 10 years now. And I recently started getting into the Golden Age scene, and I've gone back to like, beta and stuff, but I would have never considered myself like someone who only like exclusively plays older versions of the game. Most of my time spent playing the game, except for obviously like when I first started, I spent playing, the modern version of the game, whatever that would be at the time or whatever updates were out. But but there is a brief moment in time in Minecraft's history where I really was not an avid player. And that just so happens to be around the time that, things like the Deep Dark were introduced, or even the Caves and Cliffs update in general. I wasn't necessarily playing. So, basically anything past, I don't know what update that is, but anything past like the Caves and Cliffs update, I'm not very knowledgeable in. Which makes this experience just that much more interesting. And all of that to say, I don't know anything about the way that the Deep Dark or Ancient Cities work because, to be honest, I have never really explored them. I explored an ancient city in a server once with some of my friends, um, but that was about it. And other than that, we didn't really do much with it. So I know that there's like a deep dark biome that uh okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a deep dark biome, and that necessarily can be separate from an ancient city, right? So like a deep dark biome could generate without there being an ancient city in it. That's what my understanding is. That could be entirely wrong though, so feel free to let me know in the comments. But my question is, can a warden still spawn in a deep dark that doesn't have an ancient city? Because I know a warden can spawn if oh, hello. Hey man, I don't think you're supposed to be here. Do you want to go home? Do you want to maybe go home? Yeah, why don't you go home? You can go home. No. Right. Okay. Um I'm so sidetracked now. What was I saying? Um Wardens, yes. Okay, so I know that they spawn whenever there's like the skulk sensors and the shriekers, and those, when you make noise, those combined after a certain number of noises will spawn the warden, right? So can that still is that exclusive to an ancient city, or can that happen? Like, can that happen outside of it? Like, can that happen just in a regular deep dark? I don't know. I'm very new to this. uh But anyway, we might have enough iron now. So let's just go ahead and smelt some of this up. I don't know if this is enough, but it's at least enough to get started. I'm just going to throw those in there for now, and I need torches. Let me put those in there. Reconfigure my inventory. And make some torches. Okay. Well, you know what? That wasn't a bad caving experience. I mean, we didn't go very far, but I think that was a good first step into the uncharted territory that is caves. So I'm hoping that's enough iron. It might not be enough for all 8 hoppers, but oh well. It's okay. We'll get more. I'm gonna chop down this tree real quick. Okay. I'm gonna wait for this iron to smelt down, and I'm gonna gather up the resources that I have and that I need, and then we'll get building. So, do you remember what I was just saying about being in a cave and having a creeper sneak up on you? Yeah. Yeah, it turns out you're not safe anywhere. um, that was horrifying, and I wasn't recording. I'm a little on edge right now. I'm a little that I literally heard the sound, and oh my god, my heart skipped a beat. I genuinely I wasn't even thinking about my shield. I should have done that, but I just jumped, and I only lost like 4 hearts. Oh man, that was scary. I need to be more careful. Because I was literally just getting ready to start the recording. I have everything I need now. And yeah. Wow. Okay. Let me grab some dirt so I can fill that in. That was... Whew. Okay. That was scary. That was really scary. I need to be more vigilant. Noted. I need to be way more vigilant. Okay. I'll have to fix all of that, but now I'll just do that. Something like that. Okay. Well, we have the resources that we need. I'm just kind of looking for a spot. I think I don't really want those right now, but I think we'll just build it. It's not gonna be super big, so I'm kind of almost thinking here. I just really don't want to break all this, but yeah, why not? We'll do it here, and let me fill in this this spot a little bit with some dirt. Okay. I might have to go grab some. Actually, I don't think I have any more. This was it. The rest of it was coarse dirt. I might have some in my original chests, though. Let me go look. I like this track that's playing. It's a it's a rather peaceful track to be playing after what just happened. You know what though? I'm not complaining. Cool. So I have 3 dirt. Right. Okay. Well, we'll make do. I can gather some dirt if I need it, but that's good enough. Okay, let me, you know what? Let me just do this. All right, easy. Now that's filled up. Or, why did I say filled up? I meant cleared out. My inventory is very full. So a lot of this is just gonna sit here for a second. But okay, let's just build the main part of the farm, which is basically this. So we need, what do I need? Okay, so we'll place the mud down. The mud is gonna go like this. Just in a row like this. Okay. And we're gonna dig this out, because below the mud here's where the hoppers are gonna go. I actually need to grab barrels. I forgot about that. Okay, I need to grab that real quick. And I can put away these cherry blossoms, which I am just gonna turn into what's it called? Bone meal. That's the word I'm looking for. That in there, that in there. Okay, so we need barrels. Do I have any made? I have 1. I need 2 though. So let's make another barrel. Nope, just 1. Okay. Gonna use barrels over chests just because, I don't know, it's easier. So we'll have like that. Let me break these real quick. And we put these under here. Like so. And then back here is where the water's gonna go. So let me create a little trough for that. Need to go to my water source over here. I really like this track. Actually, I don't know who like makes the music for Minecraft now. I should look that up. It's really nice. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now what we do is put blocks like this. Pistons are gonna go not there, but up 1. Like this. And then all these observers are going to go right above it, facing that way. Like that. And then we have redstone like this. And that's essentially it for the redstone part of it. what we need to do now is kind of encase it. So what I'm going to do is have some... Can we place? There we go. Some spruce like this. And I got some... I made some glass. Nope. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to bring this out one. My bad. Because the glass needs to go on the front of it. This. And then I can just stop hurting myself. That would be a good idea. And then we have glass along the front so that when the sugarcane gets pushed, it's not gonna just fly out. But before I do that, let me actually plant the sugarcane. And if you don't know, even though there's hoppers underneath the blocks, they will still pick it up. Something to do with the way the mud is shaped. I actually don't really know anything. I just play the game. I'm not well versed. And then we'll just do a little something like this, something very basic. But I need to go sleep real quick. But that's essentially it. And then we just need to, you know, pretty it up, make it look nice, put a building around it. But that's gonna be our... Oh. That's a weird noise. Is that from the resource pack? Or is that just the noise that the fireflies make? That's really interesting. Okay. Watch out for creepers. I don't want another disaster. Okay. And then we'll just fill the rest of this in with cobblestone. And that's the farm. I mean, that's about as basic as it gets. I'll put some slabs in here. Why not? Make it look a little bit nicer. Okay. So now all I have to do is, you know, make it look nice. I'm going to put just a very basic building around it. Maybe add like a small storage room on the side. But yeah, this is fully operational now. So like I said, I can actually probably even test it out if I come up here. The sugarcane will grow, like so. And then once it reaches the observer, the pistons will then push all of the sugarcane. And then the hoppers pick it up and it gets collected. Very basic. Very, very basic, but it's very compact and efficient. And it's good enough to start. So I'm going to work on coming up with a little design. And then we'll be back. Okay, so my plan originally was to just kind of come up with a basic design and then build the whole build on camera. I got a little carried away, so, and I kind of just built the whole thing. So let me just come over here and show you guys. Don't mind that. I was messing with trying to plant trees. Here's spider. I think I'm good. Okay. Well, so here's what I did. So I made just a little basic design here. Nothing too special. It's just a regular, you know, box. I kept the same color palette as the house. And then I added this little like storage silo thing on the side to kind of, you know, make it look a little more interesting. And you can see on the inside, I don't have enough barrels yet, but this is gonna kind of act as secondary storage. Originally it was just gonna be like a storage room for the any excess like sugarcane, but I made it kind of bigger than I thought I was going to. And I realized that I can actually store quite a bit in here, so yeah, this will basically just be secondary storage. And then over here, I mean, it's very cramped in here, but, you know, there's not really... I'm not really going to be using this for anything else, so you kind of just come in. Honestly, I will rarely even walk the whole way in. You kind of just come in and, you know, grab the sugarcane. And yeah, I decorated, added these like planters. I also went in and threw some sugarcane around the sides. There's just some water blocks underneath there. Um, it's a sugarcane farm, so I figured why not put some sugarcane around it. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about this build. Um, it's not my best work, but I was trying something a little bit different. I don't normally build things like this. So I kind of just looked up silos and tried to like emulate it. That was my reference. Um, but yeah, it's not too bad. I'm happy with how this turned out. And we have a sugarcane farm. So we're one step closer to being able to enchant. Next up, we're going to need a lot of leather. So I figure the next build that we're going to do will be a barn. And we'll get some cows over here. I'm also going to work on making a bigger and more dedicated wheat farm. Because we're going to need the wheats to breed the cows. So once we get the cows, that'll solve the leather problem and will also give us a stable source of food. Then once we have the cows and the leather, we have the paper, we'll be able to make the bookshelves. And then basically at that point, all we really need is to, grind levels and start working on enchanting. So that'll be the goal for next time. Yeah, definitely a barn, definitely cows. I'm thinking probably we have this big open spot here. I figure why not use it for cows. But yeah, I do apologize. I was really planning on building most of this on camera. I just really got in the zone and got carried away. Um, also, my internet has been out for 3 days now, which is insane. Basically, where I live, there was a big kind of like windstorm that came through. It kind of blew out the internet a few days ago, and they still have not got it up. So I've kind of had nothing else to do but play Minecraft. And that's basically it. I'm on spring break right now for college, so yeah, there really is kind of nothing to do. But that's enough yapping for me. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. I'm really, really grateful for the support that we've been getting so far. And I'm really excited to continue to upload this series and all the other projects I'm working on. It really means a lot when people share that they like my content. So, yeah, if you want to see more like this, then I definitely recommend subscribing because I've got a lot more content coming. But yeah, thank you for watching.